As the pandemic continues, the fate of many long-standing traditions in the Wabash Valley remain up in the air. One of those traditions in Knox County is moving to the web.
The George Rogers Clark March will be able to be seen online for the first time. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan explains the changes to the march and other events at the memorial.
Typically, the George Rogers Clark Memorial sees its fair share of students on field trips this time of year. However, those trips, along with a lot of other events, are seeing some changes. It was a cold, quiet morning at the George Rogers Clark Memorial, but it's not just the snow that's keeping folks away.
We miss the kids. We miss watching them make those connections, to history or to some cultural part of the story.
The pandemic has kept annual fourth grade field trips from happening. COVID-19 has also resulted in the cancellation of this year's wreath presentation.
We're really pushing the numbers inside the memorial, which is a big open space. But when you start talking about getting 60, 70 people in there, it does kind of get a little crowded.
The memorial remains open during the pandemic, but like many places, folks will need to mask up and keep their distance. To make sure folks keep their distance, the annual Clark March has been moved to the internet.
It just can't be done the traditional way. We can't bus people in. People tend to crowd around a speaker when there is a guest speaker. We want to avoid that.
Park rangers will make the march instead. They will go live on Facebook so folks can follow along. It's not perfect, but it's a way to keep up traditions in an untraditional time.
You want to acknowledge what happened here because it has a tremendous outcome, not just on the region, but eventually the country.
We've placed a link to the park's Facebook page on our webpage at WTHI-TV.com. Just click on this story. Working from home in Vincennes, Gary Bryan, News 10.